Hi everybody, it's Miss Carrie from the South Country Library, and I'm here today to read you two more fun stories for our Friday story time. The first book that I chose is called The Detective Dog, and the second book that I chose is called Chicken Little. I think we're going to start with our Detective Dog book first. And this book is by Julia Donaldson, and it is illustrated by Sara Ogilvie, and it is used with permission from Macmillan Publishing. Okay, my friends. The Detective Dog. There once was a dog with a keen sense of smell. She was known far and wide as Detective Dog Nell. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Time after time, Nell the detective solved crime after crime. Who threw the hazelnuts down from the trees? Who took the honey away from the bees? Who left the poo on the new gravel path? How did the spider get into the bath? Sniff, sniff, sniff. With a wag of her tail, Nell the detective was hot on the trail. Nell shared her house with a person called Peter, a very nice child, though he could have been neater. And 6-year-old Peter was one of those boys who kept on misplacing his clothes and his toys. Who kept, sniff, 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 nose to the ground. These are the things that Detective Dog found. The bus in the bowl and the book in the bed. The sock in the sofa, the shoe in the shed. The tumble-down teddy, the bounce-away ball. Nell the detective discovered them all. Now, Nell did detection from Tuesday till Sunday, but did something totally different each Monday. She found Peter's bag and she tracked down her lead. She set off for school where she heard children read. The children loved reading their stories to Nell, and Nell loved to listen and also to smell. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Mixed in the air were Play-Doh and pudding and newly washed hair. The crusts in the trash and the coats on the hooks. But the best smell of all was the smell of the books. Books about dinosaurs, books about knights, books about planets and meteorites, books about princes who turned into frogs, books about dragons, and books about dogs. But then came a Monday when all was not well. Nell sniffed the air, and she smelled the wrong smell. Into the classroom the two of them hurried and found Mr. Jones looking terribly worried. He tugged at his hair and he let out a sigh. Peter looked round and he started to cry. Oh no. Sniff, sniff, sniff. What was going on? The books, cried out Peter. The books are all gone. Oh no. Nell gave a growl when she heard the bad news, but then started sniffing and searching for clues. Sniff, sniff, sniff. On the bookshelf, a cap. The thief must have dropped it, the terrible chap. Nell sniffed the cap, then she tugged on the lead. And woof, she was off at astonishing speed. Uh-oh, do you think she's going to find the thief? I think she might. Everyone followed Detective Dog Nell. She stopped at the traffic light. What could she smell? She was sniffing. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Haddock and hay, pizza and penguins, and farther away, the smell of the thief, and, how very exciting, thousands of pages all covered in writing. What could that be? Then, woof, they were off with no time for a stop. Past the farm and the zoo and the fry and pie shop. They raced through a field where the rabbits smelled good, then over a golf course and into a wood. They thrashed through the undergrowth, leafy and dense, till they came to a gate and an old wooden fence. Then Nell started growling and pricked up an ear. She barked, and the bark meant, the thief is in here. Oh no. They flung the gate open, and Peter cried, look, for there sat a man with his nose in a book. There were many more books poking out of a sack, and the children yelled, those are our books, give them back. Sniff, 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 the book thief looked sad. I'm sorry, he sniffed. I know I've been bad. Stealing is wrong, but I just meant to borrow. I was planning to give all the books back tomorrow. I wonder where else you could do that. To borrow. Well, Nell pricked up an ear. She barked, and the bark meant, I've got an idea. Then woof, she was off and away they all sped, including the book thief, who told them, "I'm Ted." Sniff, 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 they raced through the wood and over the field where the rabbits smelled good. They panted and puffed past the fry and pie shop, the zoo and the farmyard with never a stop, except to retrieve Peter's scarf and his ball, which someone had thoughtfully placed on the wall. Till they came to a building with doors wide open, and what did they see when they went inside? What do you think that they saw? Thousands of books from the floor to the ceiling. The books gave the thief the most heavenly feeling. He gazed in amazement. "Where am I?" he said, and Peter replied, "In the library, Ted. You can join if you want to. There isn't a fee, and then you could take lots of books out for free." So Ted has a lovely new library card, and he sits reading books in his little backyard. And when it's a Monday, Detective Dog Nell visits the school with the wonderful smell. Sniff, sniff, sniff. With a faraway look, she smells and she listens to book after book. Books about dinosaurs, books about knights, books about planets and meteorites, books about princes who turn into frogs, books about dragons, and books about dogs. All the old books and a new one as well. The story of daring Detective Dog Nell. Oh, there it is. There she is right there. The end. I hope you like that story. She was very cute and very smart. The next book we're going to read is Chicken Little. There he is right there. And this book is by Rebecca Emberley and Ed Emberley, and it is used with permission from Macmillan Publishing. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, excuse me. There he is, Chicken Little. Chicken Little was not the brightest chicken in the coop. He was very excitable and prone to foolishness. One day, he was doing nothing, his usual pastime, when an acorn fell from the sky and hit him on the head. Bonk, eep! Oh no. It knocked him senseless. Ooh. "Oh my goodness, oh my gracious," he exclaimed. "The sky is falling, the sky is falling. I must run for my life." He grabbed his umbrella to protect his scrambled noggin and ran into the world without much of a plan. It was not long before he bumped into Henny Penny. Bonk, awk! "Where are you going in such a rush?" she squawked. "Oh my goodness, oh my gracious," Chicken Little panted. "The sky is falling, the sky is falling. We must run for our lives." Oh my," said Henny Penny, and being whistless herself, joined in without any further questions. And off they ran, with still no plan. Within minutes, they ran into Lucky Ducky. Bonk, ack! "Hey," he quacked, "why are you in such a hurry?" "Oh my goodness, oh my gracious," huffed Chicken Little, "the sky is falling and we are running for our lives." Henny Penny could not catch her breath, so she said nothing. Not wanting to be left out, Lucky Ducky joined in, and off they ran. And still no plan. I don't know, that's not a good idea, guys. What do you think? I think you always have to have some kind of a plan. Momentarily, they ran into Loosey Goosey. Honestly, with names like these, is it any wonder? Bonk, onk. "Why don't you watch where you're going?" she honked. "Oh my goodness, oh my gracious," rasped Chicken Little, "the sky is falling and we are running for our lives." "What a bother, I'd better come with you." "What's the plan?" asked the goose. There's the acorn. "No time for a plan," they puffed. "The sky is falling," and off they ran. There they go. As it was growing dark, they ran into Turkey Lurkey. Bonk, oop. Oh my goodness, there goes Turkey Lurkey, she's falling. "How dare you," he gobbled. "Oh my goodness, oh my gracious," croaked Chicken Little, "the sky is falling and we are running for our lives. No time to explain." And off they ran. Oop, onk, ack, awk, eep, bonk. Soon the anxious little flock grew tired. They were not used to all this running. Then they ran into Foxy Loxy. Uh-oh. My, rumbled the fox. Where are these little birdies going at such a frantic pace? Oh my goodness, oh my gracious, gasped Chicken Little, who was not quite out of breath. The sky is falling and we are running for our lives. I don't know about that, Mr. Foxy Loxy. Oh my goodness indeed, said the fox. We must find a place for you to rest. Step into this warm, dark cave where the sky cannot fall on you. Without another thought in their tired, feathered heads, oh my gracious, the flock went forward gratefully into the warm, dark cave. Phew, squawked the hen. It stinks in here. And the floor is squishy and wet, quacked the duck. Uh-oh, gobbled the turkey. Uh-oh, honked the goose. Choo! Sneezed the fox. And what happened? Look, all the animals came out. Whew. And they ran away. Eep, ack, oink, oop, awk. The end. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed my stories for today. Don't forget, Monday is Miss Jen, Wednesday is Miss Amanda, and Friday is Miss Carrie. Take care and thanks again, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.